Let's learn.
Yeah. All right. The area of a circle whose diameter is 10. Yay. This is all review. This formula is actually down here as well. I'll write it again. Area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. We are going to leave all of these in terms of pi. So we will have no decimals, because you know we hate decimals. And if anybody is wondering why we hate decimals, like as I say it all the time, it's because we would rather have exact answers. If you have decimals, they're going to be rounded. But if you leave it in terms of pi, it will be the exact answer. So we must first find the radius. It gives us the diameter. So we just need from here to here. So if we cut that in half, we get 5. Don't forget to do that. If you do, you'll get wrong. We don't want that. So pi times 5 squared. Yes, 5 squared is 25, so our answer is 25 pi units squared. So like on the test quiz, any of that, well, we're not taking a quiz over this, but on the test, you just leave it 25 pi units squared and then be done, move on to the next one. That's right. This is easy, right? This part is easy. Find the circumference of a circle whose area is 49 pi. All right, this is kind of like working backwards. We've done this on every single day. It gives you the area working backwards to find the radius. Find the circumference. So first, to find the circumference, you're going to need one thing. What is that? It starts with an R. Yes. Geniuses. So you do need that radius. You don't have the radius right now, but we can use the area formula to solve for the radius. So if we plug in our area, so instead of writing the area, we're going to write 49 pi, because that's what it gives us. And then pi times the radius squared. Okay, we've got pi on both sides of the equation, so do we know what we can do with it? Yeah, get it out of there. Cross that out. There we go. So now 49 is going to be equal to r squared. Yeah, do we remember the square root of 59? Yeah! All right. So our radius is 7. Our radius is going to be 7. Now we have everything we need to find the circumference. Okay. These typically are this easy every time. But if you don't know, how to start them, it's going to be confusing. So, yes, 14 pi is the answer. 2 pi times 7. Just multiply the numbers. You're going to leave pi in the answer. So the circumference will be 14 pi units. They are not squared, because what in the world is circumference? It's just like the perimeter. Yeah, it's the circle around. So just think of it as the perimeter. Perimeter is not squared, either circumference. So 14 pi units. All right, we're halfway done with that. That's cool. Let's move on. We're given another formula, which you will be given this on on the test that you take. So you don't have to memorize this, but we do need to know what that M arc is. The mark. It's something about the arc. It's yes, measure. So anytime you see an M in geometry, it's typically going to mean this. Yeah. Because, sometimes we'll see this measure of angle A. The M, that's all it means, is the measure. So I'm going to scratch that out so it's not confusing. Yeah, exactly. So really what you're doing is you're taking the entire area and you're multiplying it by just the fraction of the arc that you want. Because what we're trying to find is this. So if you want to shade this in, if it makes more sense of what you're trying to find, it's trying to find the area of a sector. You need to know what that word means, sector. It means this. It's like a piece of the pie. It means this. Yeah, thank you. I'm really good at defining words, if you can't tell. It means, and then I just point to a picture. It means yes. So it's just if you want to define it. There we go. Piece of pie. No. The pie. The circle. You could say circle. I just like pie. Yeah, so the measure of our arc is 45. Sometimes it will give you the central angle. Sometimes it will give you the measure of the arc. Pi? The pi? Is this like a legitimate question, or are you just gonna talk about pi?
Like, this is something going through what that's actually weird. But I wonder if they named the number pi first, or the piece of pie first, and then they named pi because pi is a circle and you use it for a circle, or if they named pi because it's used on a pie.
Okay, so this is not spelled P-I-E.
I know it's not. But still.
I can almost 100% guarantee that this was named first because it's like in old Greek, man, whatever.
Maybe they named pi because of the fact that pi works for circles and a pie is shaped like circles.
Alright, Google it and let us know. So 45 over 360 times the radius squared. Oh gosh, don't write R, write 12. Ah! But so 12 squared. Alright, 45 divided by 360, if you simplify that, that's 1 over 8. But you could just put all of the numbers into the calculator, just don't put pi. So really what we're doing is 144 divided by 8 is ultimately what's going to happen. I don't have a calculator in front of me. Anybody have that? 144 divided by 8. 14, 12, 18. 18 pi.
Never mind. It came because it was.
Here, after we record this video and we're not wasting time, I want to hear all about it. So 18 pi units squared. What we just found is that little piece that is shaded in. So that percentage of yes, all of geometry gets to hear this. How fun!
So then our whole conversation.
Yeah. Okay, notice what I'm doing here. You need to also do this on your paper. You will have to do this on homework. I think there's 3 problems like this. Something I want to point out is that it will not always be drawn in there for you. So notice the purple lines that I drew. You'll have to draw this in. It says it wants the measure of the segment. So the word sector and the word segment are similar, but they are different. This is the segment. I don't know why it's called that. I have nothing for you. Feel free to Google it and tell me later. The measure of the arc of the segment is 90 degrees. So you notice, by the center of the circle, I put a little box, a little 90 degrees box. I did not make that up in my head. It tells us that it is 90. So it has to be given in the problem. You can't just look at it and be like, oh, looks like 90. 90. You can't do that. And the radius is 10. We drew those radii in. So that is 10. And it wants to find the area of the segment. So it's kind of like what we did, maybe it was the first day of this unit, where you just want to find this piece. So if you think about it, this thing right here is the sector, which is a word we just learned, which is like this piece of the pie right here. Yes. Minus the triangle. Exactly! You're doing the exact same thing as the problem before, you just have to do more. Yay! Challenges. It's wonderful. Good to know. So sector, we have to find the area of the sector. Our formula is this. So measure of our arc. Sometimes I call it mark. Not often, but sometimes. And then pi r squared. That is the sector. And then I'm just going to write the area of a triangle formula down. Base times height divided by 2. So this is our formula. This is what we need to be successful in this problem. And in life, you're right. Anytime you're looking for oh, mother of pearl. I would never say that. I don't say that in real life. This isn't real life. This is geometry. Just kidding. It's real life.
Wait, I have a question. Why do we do the
Minus the triangle? Okay, so if you notice what we got in that picture, the segment would be this entire thing colored in. Or, gosh, the sector. I get these words mixed up, and I'm really sorry. The sector. So the sector is like this picture right here. So it's the whole thing colored in. But all we care about is this. That is the segment. So that's why you're subtracting this triangle. Alright, let's find the sector first. The measure of our arc, it's 90 degrees. So notice this time it gave you the central angle. The central angle and the arc on the outside are the same. If you did not learn that when we did the circles unit, you probably didn't do very well on the test. But you get an opportunity to learn it again. So that's wonderful. So pi times 10 squared. Where did I get 10? It's given to you in the problem. The radius of the circle is 10. Alright, so that's where that 10 is coming from. And then minus base times height divided by 2. This will vary on the questions. You have to figure out base times height. It will not always be a right triangle there. This one is easy, so it's a right triangle, which is nice. So you've got to find the base and the height. Well, if the base is 10, what would our height be? Yeah, don't overthink it. It's 10. It's also 10. They're both the radius. I'm not judging you. There's no judgment here. So 10 times 10 divided by 2. Yeah, so 90 divided by 360 is a quarter, right? Yeah. So if 10 squared is 100, we need a quarter of 100. So like a quarter of $1. Yeah, 25. So hopefully you can do this in your head. This one, particular one right here.
This is an easy, hard question.
Yeah. Minus 50. Can we combine those now without making a decimal? No, you can't. So our answer is going to look like this. Voila. It kind of looks like an ugly answer, but it's okay. Oh, crazy. Alright. That is all.